In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this perfect basic granny square. I've kind of tweaked my method of how I make basic granny squares, and this is the result. I'm going to show you the easiest way, and then the way I like to do it that isn't really hard or anything, but it's just, it involves a standing double crochet. But I'll also show you how to do it without that if you are intimidated by that, by doing a standing double crochet. No big deal. I'll show you both ways, and let's get started. For this tutorial, I'm using Premier Anti-Pilling Everyday Worsted yarn. It's a nice soft acrylic worsted weight yarn. I really like it. It's a size 4 medium. It calls for a 5.5 millimeter hook. I'm using a 5 millimeter hook because I find if I use a smaller hook size for my granny squares, they come out neater. So that is what I'm using for today. To start, I'm grabbing my color that I want to use in the center, and I'm doing the same color patterns I did for this demo square here. So I'm doing the darker red color in the middle, and if you really want to know the color name, it is called Rosewood. That's the color we're using here for the center. So to begin, we're going to go ahead and attach our yarn to our hook with a slip knot. So I'm just going to wrap the yarn around my fingers. I'm going to insert my hook under that loop, grab the yarn, pull it through and up, and then you just kind of pinch it, pull your fingers out, and grab both yarn tails and give them a pull. And that'll tighten your knot, and then pull your yarn, your working yarn, to tighten it up. And there you go. Now you're on your hook. So now we're gonna do a chain 4 to make our ring. So just gonna yarn over, grab a hold of that knot that we just made, and use that to kind of hold, to guide my yarn, pull through. Again, same thing. That's 2 chains, 3 chains, and 4. So there's our 4 chains. Now I'm going to insert my hook into the very first chain we made. So I'm just going to go right into that chain, and then I'm going to yarn over, and I like to just kind of pinch the chain. Sometimes it gets like twisted a little bit, and it's hard to tell where the center of the ring is once you pull this through. We're just doing a slip stitch to the first chain to turn this into a ring that we'll work into. So I pull that through, and now we have this little bitty ring here. And you see that right there is the middle. All right, so to start, we're going to do a chain 3, and that's going to count as our first double crochet. That's our first double crochet. I mean, it's a chain 3, but it counts. Now we're going to do 2 double crochets into the center of our ring. So to do a double crochet, we're going to yarn over, and then we're going to insert our hook down into right in the middle of our little circle we just made, like that. And then you're going to pull up a loop, and now you'll have 3 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over again and pull through 2, and then yarn over again and pull through the last 2. And there we go. That's our first double crochet. Now we're going to do that again. So yarn over, insert right back in the middle, same as we did, pull up a loop, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So there we go. That is our first double crochet cluster. So this will make like one side of our square, so like right here. So the next thing we gotta do is make a corner, and I like to just do a chain 1 for my corners. So I'm just gonna do a chain 1, and then I'm gonna make the next side. So I'm gonna do 3 double crochets into the center of this ring. I'm working over this tail. I'm just crocheting over it like it's just part of the ring. And by doing that, I won't have to worry about weaving it in as much at the end. All right. right, there's those 3 double crochets. To make the next corner, I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to repeat that. So I'm going to do 3 more double crochets in here, chain 1 again, do 3 more double crochets, chain 1, and then I'll meet you here to join to the beginning of the round. Okay, there we go. I got my 4 sides done and I did my last chain 1. Now we just gotta join to the top of our chain 3. So I like to go under both loops of that first chain there, and it can be a little tricky to get under both loops, but I usually just go under the front loop first, like that, and then I go under the back loop of the chain, like that. And then you're going to yarn over and pull it back through, and then pull it through the last loop, and there you go. And now you can cut your yarn, and you're going to want to leave a little bit of a tail that can be woven in later. And then I like to yarn over and just pull the yarn through that last loop and pull it to tighten that little knot up. And that is our first, the center part of our square. And then I like to take the middle yarn that we were crocheting over and just kind of give it a little tug to neaten up the center a little bit. There we go. All right, now we gotta grab our second color, which in this case is Dogwood. And this is where you have 2 options for how you proceed with this. I'm going to show you the easy method first with the chain 3, and then I'm going to show you the method I use, which is a standing double crochet. And it's really easy. I recommend it because it looks really nice and seamless, but if it's just not quite what you want to do, that's fine. I'll show you the chain 3 as well. Either way, we need to join our yarn to our hook with a slip knot. So you're going to want to pick any corner to join in. I usually just go right here from right in front of where I just finished off. That's just, I don't know, I always just do that, but it doesn't matter. You can pick any corner, and you see you got your 4 corners here. I just always go right here. So okay, if you wanted to do this with a chain 3, what you would do, you got your yarn on your hook, you insert your hook into that corner, like so. You yarn over and kind of hold your, your knot here so it doesn't spin around, and pull the loop through, and then through the loop on your hook. And that would be like your chain 1, and then you do chain 2 and chain 3, and that would be where you start. And then at this point, that's the beginning of your corner. So now you're going to need to do 2 more double crochets, a chain 1, and then 3 double crochets to finish your corner. All right, so there's half of our corner. Then we would do a chain 1 and then 3 double crochets all in the same space. So there you go. There's your corner. For the next corner, you just do 3 double crochets, a chain 1 and 3 double crochets. Same for this corner and this corner, and there's no chains in between. So like I just did this corner, then I'm gonna go right over to the next corner and I'm gonna do my 3 double crochets. That's the first half of the corner. Then you do chain 1, and then you do 3 more double crochets for the second half of the corner. And you see there's no chain here, but a space still forms just because of the way it's shaped. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it in this manner just so I can show you how to join, and then I'm gonna show you the other method that I use. All right, there is the round completed, and now I'm gonna join to the top of the chain 3. So you can see right here, this right here is the top of this double crochet, so that we're not going under those 2 loops, we're going under this part right here, these 2 little loops. There we go, I got under both loops, and now I'm just gonna yarn over and slip stitch to join the round, and then you just cut your yarn and leave a little bit of a tail that you can weave in, and then I pull the tail through the loop and tighten it up. So that's how I do it with the chain 3 start. And now for this next round, I'm going to show you how to do it with a standing crochet start, which I personally like a lot more. I'm using the color linen for this round, if you're wondering what color it is. All right, so again, just like before, I'm going to go ahead and join my yarn, my hook, with a slip knot, and this time I'm going to do the standing double crochet. So if you don't want to do this method, just go ahead and do the chain 3 just like we did before, but this is the method I like to use. What you do is you start by putting your finger on the loop on your hook so it doesn't spin around on you, and then you're going to go ahead and yarn over like this. And then you put your finger on both loops and you just kind of slide them down. There you go. So they don't spin, because if you don't do that, they're just going to come undone like that. So yarn over, put my finger on both loops, and then I'm going to start here on this space right where we just left off. I'm going to keep with my finger on my loops, I'm going to insert my hook into that space and pull up a loop. Keep your fingers on those loops, and then I put my finger on that 3rd loop as well, just so nobody's sliding off or going anywhere. Then you're going to yarn over. I'm going to pinch the knot down here just to kind of help guide things, and I'm going to pull through the first 2 loops like that, and then at this point we're good. We don't have to worry about the loops spinning away or anything. And then you yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. And then you have a standing double crochet. It's like a double crochet with no chains or anything needed. And it gives you a really nice flawless start to your round. And I'm just scooting it over a little because I want it further to the right of the space so I can do my other 2 stitches. And now I'm going to go ahead and do 2 more double crochets in the same space. And there we go. And see how they just blend right in together? You really can't even tell. It's not, you know, it just looks like another double crochet. And one thing I really like about this is whenever I go to finish the round, it's really easy to slip stitch just right to the top of that stitch. I don't like slip stitching to the tops of the chain 3s because it's just kind of a hassle to get my hook under there and it slows me down a little bit. This is just faster seaming for me. So we did that. Now we're going to go into our corner and do our 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the next side space, which is just 3 double crochets. And then the next corner. And I'm just going to continue that around. So I got a side space, a corner, a side space, and a corner. And then I'll meet you back here. All right, I just got done with my last corner and I haven't done, you know, there's no chain or anything here in between to join. You just do your last double crochet of your corner and then we're going to join to our first stitch. And since it's the standing double crochet, it's really easy to join to it. All you have to do is just go under these 2 loops here. See, here's the knot where we started. Yarn over and pull through and then pull through. And it's just super simple, no digging into the chain or anything. Then again, I'm gonna cut my yarn and leave a tail. And then I like to just pull this yarn through and give it a pull. Just tighten that up and then there you go. And all the rest of the rows will be done in the same manner that we did this row. So I'll show you for this square, I did 1 more row and I did the same thing. I joined, let's see, where did I join? I can see there's a little bump. Right here, I joined in this space here with my standing double crochet and then I just did this side space with 3 double crochets, this side space with 3 double crochets, then I did my corner here, side space, corner, side space, corner, side, corner, and then joined to my first standing double crochet right here. And if, you know, you could keep even doing more rounds if you wanted to and just keep going in that manner. And the only thing that'll change is you'll get an extra side space for each round. And then all that's left to do is weave in all of your tails, which I went ahead and did with this square, and then you're good to go. I hope you enjoyed this granny square tutorial and you'll give this method a try. I think it really comes out with a really nice, perfect granny square. And I've had a lot of trial and error with granny squares over the last few years, and this is so far my favorite and my go-to method. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below if you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.